Good morning and welcome back to the channel, folks. Really do appreciate you being here. And you betcha, actually, it's not an episode of Sourcing Fodder. It's something a little different. So over the last few weeks, I've been hinting in some of my videos that some big changes are coming, or I've been going to be making some changes. Well, today I'm going to take you through what all that looks like. And to be honest, it's probably not even that big of a deal. But to me it is, because I'm doing things that, you know, I have to stretch myself. I have to get out of my comfort zone, have to take a bit more risk and things like that. So it does make me feel like it's a big deal. But I'm gonna take you through everything today. We're driving there right now. And help you understand my mindset around all this, the approach, and I'm sure if you've got questions, more than happy for you to ask away and I'll answer. And yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I might provide some more context along the way. I'm actually I'm getting nervous even talking about this. Now, as many of you would know, I've been talking about also that when I start my my Monday videos, building a business around my lifestyle, or suits my lifestyle. And the way I'm going about building my business is exactly that. I'm putting things in place that's going to enable me to have more time to do things a bit more efficiently. It might actually be a bit more cost heavy at first, but that's why I'm trialing it, because if I can get it right, then it's going to work. And that's what we have to do. A lot of the time, to figure things out, we have to give them a go. We have to test them. We have to put in the reps. We have to pivot. We have to adjust. I talk about this all the time, and that's what we've been doing over the last few weeks in getting this ready and testing a few things. Now today, I'm actually going to be you're gonna get to see it all as it happens. I'm testing out a few new processes, so I'm going to take you there, fill you in all the details, and let's get into it. All right, so to cut a long story short, I got another storage unit. I'm going to take you up there right now, but it's different. It's not actually for the intention to actually store stuff. It's actually for the intention to do operations. And what I mean by that is have all my clothing come through, process it, photo it, and get it ready for listing. And then it goes straight into storage into the next one, which is actually right next to it. So I'm going to give you a bit of a run through of how that kind of works. I'm actually getting 150 kilos of clothing dropped off right at this moment. I'm just actually waiting for it to arrive, and that's been washed, it's been dried, it's been cleaned, and it means it's going to be ready to just come straight in and just go straight into photoing. So this is all jeans, this is all shirts, a few other things in there as well. And I've been testing this over the last couple of weeks, and the jeans at the moment, this is the first time doing the jeans, so it's all happening. It is all happening, but I didn't want to hold off any longer because I need to get moving, and it's kind of like weird trying to, beat around the bush when trying to share information. So these are about to arrive. I'm going to take them up and kind of give you a bit of an experience as I go through it all. It's actually quite nerve-wracking, because obviously I've had to outlay more dollary dues to pay for the storage unit. I'm outlaying dollary dues to have the preparation of the clothing outsourced, but it's going to save me a lot of time. So my time is more just focused on revenue generated activities. And what I mean by that is, whether it's photos or whether it's listing, I don't have to worry about sorting and cleaning and washing and anything like that. And same for my worker. It means we can just do purely things focused on getting more money into the business. So this will probably change a little bit as I continue to do it, as I continue to adjust it, but I'll take you through it. If you've got questions, by all means, happy to answer anything. And I've been testing a washing service. I might change the washing service. I might have to bring down the dollars, or I'm pretty happy with it at the moment. So there's a lot of things that are still kind of just figuring it out as I go, because I've only been doing it for about 2.5 weeks. So pretty exciting stuff. Appreciate you coming along for the journey. Let's go have a look. All right. This is the new home, where it all happens. Clothing all comes in here. which we're going to do in a second. And this is where it's all going to happen from going forward. Woohoo! Boom, surprise, a big change. So actually just had another big drop off and opening of more clothes. While this was happening, it wasn't planned, it was a bit, anyway, all good. So you've actually seen not only all the stuff that's already been washed, dried and cleaned, which I started to prep through, but then I had all this arrive and has started to sort through as well. So just getting this all sorted right now, and that's essentially what I'm going to be doing here. But I'll quickly take you through. So the idea is, usually what would happen is this would arrive and then it gets put straight into these bags, and then on the same day it would actually get picked up, and then it comes back in 24 hours. Because the timing was a little bit off, and still testing this process, I'm going to unpack all these. They will now go into these bags, and then when the rest of this gets dropped off, which is getting dropped off in a couple of days, all of that will get picked up, and then we do the cycle again. So it's all good. It is what it is. So I don't think I'll be doing photos today. I will be just getting all these unpacked, repacked in. I've got to do a little bit of management, just pulling off tags and things like that, because these are all pre-owned, of course. Pulling off tags and stuff for the laundromat and or the laundry service. And yeah, so I'll probably start doing photos, the process, all that tomorrow myself personally. But today is really just working through a big dev pile, but this is all good dev pile. So anyway, it is what it is. I've been a bit thrown off because this is not part of the plan for today, but this is the beauty of it all, is changes, pivoting, adjusting, trying new workflows, trying new processes, and this is how you're going to grow. Well, this is how I'm going to grow anyway. And I challenge you, you've got to do things that pushes you out of your comfort zone a little bit, not too much, but enough to make you want to step it up, be motivated, and to do the next best thing for your business or whatever it is you're going towards. So I've got to do some work. I actually might quickly go do my post before I do this, because this is going to take a little bit of time. But yeah, how exciting. All right, team, all in a day's work. So we've sorted all the shirts. They're now ready to be picked up. That's done. The jeans, I'm going to start photographing tomorrow. Also had someone come and buy a whole bunch of stuff as well. So just clear out some of the goodies on the top and get some cash flow. I've still got to finish sorting all this. There's a few more shirts and stuff in here, but that's from that bundle. Otherwise, that's going to get picked up on Thursday. Start doing the photos for this through the week, so that's how it's going to happen. I'll keep you guys updated anyway. It's all happening. It is all happening. All right, so back to present day Chris. So some of the reasoning and logic behind all this was, I've been having a lot of my photos done back at my place, and as I've started to continue to get more and more in clothing and getting a lot of wholesale and bulk lots of clothing, being able to process it with space has been quite difficult. I haven't had the space for it, and I've been getting bales of 45 kilos to 90 kilos at a time. So it does make it quite difficult to be able to do that in, I guess, a really good workflow when you don't have the right space or setup for it. So knowing that I want to do this more, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm going to start doing it even heavier. I wanted to make sure I've got a place where I can have stuff come in, I can process it, and then get it ready for photos really, really quick, and then do all the photos on the spot. Now, one of the other big problems and challenges that I've had is keeping the clothes clean, washing them, prepping them, getting them ready and photo quality ready, for taking photos. And if you don't know, on eBay, you need to have all clothes washed. There is a used clothing policy, and a lot of my clothing has been washed, but there's some of it which just does not present well. It doesn't look well. Some of it's got some scuff marks or whatever. And one of my biggest struggles was actually getting wrinkles out of it. Now, I was having my worker do this for me, but it wasn't very efficient, whether it was through washing, whether it was through, don't get me wrong, it was a really good job. but it wasn't very efficient because, you know, that whether they're washing them, drying them, or, you know, using a certain spray to get wrinkles out of them, it probably only worked out to be about 20 per hour. And if I'm paying someone $26 to $30 an hour, it doesn't make sense. So if I'm going to be getting volume, and when I say volume, I'm getting potentially 250, 300 kilos of clothing at a time that gets me set up for a month in advance, I want to get these things all cleaned and ready ASAP. So I've been able to outsource a lot of the cleaning, the washing, the drying, all that, and it has a 24-hour turnaround. So literally I can drop off actually I don't even drop it off. They pick up 90 kilos from the storage unit and get it all washed, get it all prepped, get it all cleaned, all that jazz. And I get it back usually 24 hours later. And I've done it a few times now. It's really, really good. So good actually. And the clothes just come back clean, ready for photos. And it just makes that process so much easier. And it means my time and my workers' time are spent doing revenue generating activities. So for instance, rather than doing cleaning and prepping and sorting, all they're going to be doing is photos and listing, and eventually packing and things like that as well. So for me, it's the same thing applies. Now today, I'm actually going to be doing a lot of photographing myself, and that's the beauty of it. Usually I'd be going sourcing today. Usually I'd be spending the time, you know, 3 hours or 2 hours out looking, hunting for bolos, but now I can spend the same time photographing stuff and getting ahead, enabling me to have either a good draft bank or to have a good photo bank, or to be able to list more on a daily basis. So that's some of the reasoning and thought pattern behind this. I'm sure people are going to ask about how much does all this cost, and I will probably do a different video about all that. So if you've got questions about that, by all means, please do ask. So that's really the focus. Now, just to address a big elephant in the room, no, this does not mean I won't be doing sourcing photo videos anymore. Of course I'm going to go thrifting. I'm still going to have those as part of this. But today it just made sense as I'm still, you know, getting this all set up, and this is only, I think this is my second week or third week of actually getting it all set up. I want to make sure that I'm spending the time to get that all ready, because otherwise I'm just wasting time. I'm paying for another storage unit, that costs more money. I'm paying for the washing and clothing to be done, which means it's just sitting there and it needs to be prepped. So that's really my mentality around all this. There's a lot happening, and one of the reasons, this is a bit crazy, one of the reasons why I'm wanting to scale the business, one, obviously I want to scale the business to make more money, that's the main reason, but you know, I want to build a business that suits my lifestyle, and I want to build it with processes, following processes, enabling myself to be pulled out of it so I can work on some other things and step away if I need to, like if I wanted to travel or be away. So this helps force that to happen. It means I also have to do a lot of work. It means I have to get myself out of normal comfort zones and routines in order to expand and grow. But that's how you grow. You have to figure out how to grow and then do it, right? And try it, test, pivot, adjust. Whether this works long term, I'm not sure. I think it will. It's working already with the last couple of weeks that I've been testing it out, and I'm keen to see it continue to scale. I'll still make adjustments. I'll still make changes. Anyway, enough on this. Let's get back to me showing you some more stuff. So this is the whole new setup. Now you've probably already seen this, but I'm going to take you through a bit more detail. So yesterday when I was here, I had all these come through, basically all been washed, prepped, ready for listing. Oh, sorry, ready for photos. That's what I'm going to do today. All of this, and then I also had a whole bunch of other clothing come through that I've pulled out of bales and literally just put straight into bags. These are getting picked up tomorrow, and same for these. I've now actually got to sort these today as well. So a little bit of work there, but then essentially this gets me a month's worth of product and I don't have to go out sourcing. I don't have to do anything else, but I'm going to test this for a month and then see how we can increase the volumes. That's the idea. Ideally it should increase cash flow, it should increase revenues, profit, and probably take 90 days to see those full results though. So pretty exciting. I'm going to be doing some photos. We're going to do that today. It's all happening. This is all happening. It's pretty surreal actually, but I just love seeing all the jeans. It's so cool. We've got some denim shirts as well, which is pretty cool. These are all just button-up shirts, and this is all like North Face jackets and fleece stuff, so it's all happening. All right, I'm gonna do some work. Let's do it. Alright, so I've actually just done my first proper 1 hour test doing everything that I'm wanting to do here with the jeans. I've had my worker do this already with clothing and I'm pretty happy with it. Jeans, there's some things that need to be fixed. So I've just done just over an hour. That's slightly wrong. I needed to add about 2 minutes to that. So I've done a total of 23 pairs in 1 hour and 2 minutes. So some adjustments need to be made. I'll be changing this bad boy to a ruler. That will save me probably, I reckon, about 15 seconds. At the moment, I'm averaging about 2 minutes and 48 seconds per pair, so I think I can get that down to 2 minutes. And look, there's probably things over time that will make it a little bit quicker, but for now, I'm going to change the ruler and see if that helps. Even getting down to the point of where I put the phone and things like that, that just gets into a groove. So I've just done an hour, basically. Yeah, not too bad, 23, which is better than what I was doing when I was doing them previously. When I was doing it at home, it was about 17 per hour. So this is already quicker, make some improvements. I reckon we'll get to close to that 25 per hour and then see if we can get it down to 30 per hour. Yeah, pretty happy with this. So just keeping it honest. I've got half a tub there and I've got 3 tubs over there done as well. So very happy with this. I'm actually going to take a quick break. I'm going to go do some posting just to refresh the mind, come back and do it again now that I've got a bit of a baseline. All right, it's the next day. I just had all the washing picked up and just had a couple more shirt bundles come through and actually some more jeans too. Started to move everything down. Got to work on these today and then start to work on this over the weekend. See if we can get ahead. That's really what I want to do, is just get ahead. This we've got a bit of a problem because I'm going to run out of space very, very soon, but I've got to do another reconsolidation of this. Still shuffling a few things in here. Got to do a reconsolidation of this. Probably give me two more shelves back, and then the next big ticket, the next big thing that I got to do is work on rearranging some stuff in here. So the media is all going to go home. The media is all going to go home. Anything untracked will be managed from home because I can send it at any time. It doesn't make sense to be here. So that means all this, majority of this, except for the video games, which is a higher value, and this stuff here, it's all going to go home because I can send it at any time, and then we'll start to slowly transition out of the books in terms of what's priority and what's not, and this will just become majority clothing. Now, I'm not getting out of books, I'm not getting out of media, I'm just pulling back in certain areas. As you can see, this is all more books as well, so we've got to do a bit of a consolidation process. This is going to happen over not overnight, that's for sure. At the moment, I've got my worker away, Carla's not here, so it's just me trying to do everything at the same time. So really what I want to do is just get ahead with this, get all the clothing happening, get a big draft bank, get a good photo bank, and then get ahead, and then I can start working on some other stuff. So here's what it is. I'm actually going to do some packing now. All right, so that is really that's the full shebang. And look, again, if I haven't covered things in this video, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions. I've got big ambitions, I've got really big goals, and this is a stepping stone to that. I don't like sharing my broader long-term goals because, I don't know, that's probably more of a me issue, but I'm getting more and more comfortable about sharing where I want that to go. So yeah, more on that a little bit later, but I'm pretty excited, right? But at the same time, I want to be very, very clear with people. This costs capital, and you know, this isn't coming from cash flow. This is coming from capital injection into the business, slingshotting the business to where I want it to be. So I want people to make sure you understand that, you know, it's like, no, I'm not necessarily just got loads of cash flow from the business to do this. I've made a calculated risk. I've made a decision to invest additional dollars to slingshot the business. The only way to reap the rewards and see the benefit and see the return on investment, I have to now go do the work. I've got the money, I've got the resources. It's now the time and effort in between that's going to help multiply all that into where I want it to be. So, you know, if I just keep doing 20 listings a day, it's not really going to justify it. I'm going to have to start to double that up. And that's the only way I see it working. So look, I'll keep you guys updated on a weekly basis with this, you know, in my normal Monday videos. It's pretty exciting, pretty scary stuff, but I'm pumped. I'm pumped. So let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens. Come along for the journey. Appreciate you coming along the journey this far. And as I continue to grow the business, you guys mean the world to me, the support. And yeah, thank you very much. Any questions, comments, chuck them down below. Otherwise, you have a wonderful day. Cheers.